Article 1480. Any injury to or benefit from the thing sold after the contract has been perfected, from the moment of the perfection of the contract to the time of delivery, shall be governed by Articles 1163 to 1165 and 1262. This rule shall apply to the sale of fungible things made independently and for a single price, or without consideration of their weight, number, or measure. Should fungible things be sold for a price fixed according to weight, number, or measure, the risk shall not be imputed to the vendee until they have been weighted, counted, or measured and delivered, unless the latter has incurred in delay. So, ang article na to is para siya sa who bears the loss, or sinong sasalo kapag nawala yung object natin. So, di ba, si seller, ang obligation niya is mag-deliver ng object, and si buyer is magbayad ng price. So, kapag nawala yung object, kapag si seller ang magbe-bear ng loss, si buyer, hindi na niya kailangan magbayad. So, no need to pay. So, si seller, sad siya. Si buyer, happy. Kapag si buyer naman ang magbe-bear ng loss, so kapag nawala yung object, kailangan pa rin magbayad ni buyer kay seller. So, happy to, ito sad. Kasi wala siyang nakuha, pero kailangan pa rin niya magbayad. So, meron tayong stages sa ating contract of sale, di ba? So, tingnan natin kung sino magbe-bear ng loss at each stage. So, meron tayong perfection and delivery. So, ang unang case natin is before perfection. So, before perfection, di ba? Ang owner ng ating object, or sino, car, ay si seller. Tapos, matatransfer lang yung ownership at delivery. So, tsaka lang magiging si buyer. So, sino ang magbe-bear ng loss? At the time of delivery, before delivery, si seller. Diba, meron tayong tinatawag na owner bears the loss. So, since si seller ang may-ari, before delivery, before perfection ng contract, siya rin yung magbe-bear ng loss. Dahil wala pa tayong contract of sale. So, at perfection. So, yung at the perfection, hindi siya after at perfection. So, wala pa ang contract of sale natin ay no effect. So, ang magbe-bear ng loss nito ay si seller. Pero, if partially lost lang siya, si buyer, pwede siya mamili either i-withdraw yung contract or gusto pa rin niyang i-continue, i-demand na lang niya yung remaining part or yung hindi nawala. Tapos, magpe-pay na lang siya in proportion to the total sum agreed upon. So, proportional na nandun sa natira. Kung gusto niya i-continue pa yung kontrata. Tapos, meron naman tayong after perfection and before delivery. Ito naman yung sinasabi ng ating Article 1480. Mamaya last natin yan. So, yung last is after perfection and after delivery. So, since si buyer na yung owner nito after delivery, ang magbe-bear ng loss dito is si seller. Si buyer. So, dito naman tayo sa after perfection but before delivery. So, ang magbe-bear ng loss dito, general rule, ay si buyer. So, ito ay exception dito sa rule na the owner bears the loss. So, ang general rule natin ay si buyer, kahit na hindi si buyer ang owner. Dahil hindi pa naman natatransfer yung ownership dahil wala pa tayong delivery. Pero, si buyer na yung mawawalan. Siya magbe-bear ng loss kapag nawala na yung object. So, i-discuss natin tong after perfection and before delivery. So, diba, ang general rule natin, ang magbe-bear ng loss ay si buyer. So, ito, kapag ito ay non-fungible things. Ano ba yung non-fungible things? Diba, sabihin ng fungible ay replaceable. So, hindi pwedeng mapalitan. Example nito is house and lot. So, next natin is fungible things. Pero ang fungible things dito is yung price. So, single price lang yung ating contract without consideration to the weight, number, and measure of the object. So, ang exception natin dito, so ito, ang magbe-bear ng loss ay si seller kapag ito ay fungible things na ang price ay need pang i-consider yung weight, number, and measure. So, kapag walang consideration, ang magbe-bear ng loss ay si buyer. Pero kapag with consideration, si seller. Kasi itong determination of price in accordance to the weight, number, or measure, siya ay isang suspensive condition. So, di ba, ang suspensive condition, siya yung nagbubuhay or nag-give rise sa contract. So, if hindi pa na-fulfill yung ating condition, wala pa tayong obligation. So, kapag na-fulfill na yun, tsaka pa lang mag-a-arise yung obligation kapag nag-okay na si buyer after niyang magtimbang, magbilang, and mag-measure. So, itong rule na to, may exception din ito. So, exception dito ay kapag si buyer ay nag-delay. Delay sa pag-weight, pag-count, at saka sa pag-measure ng object. So, kapag si buyer ang nag-delay, si buyer ang magbe-bear ng loss. So, ang second exception natin is kapag si seller ay guilty of fraud, negligence, default, or violation of the contract. So, hindi siya good fit. And third is yung ating object ay generic. Kasi genus does not perish. If naalala nyo, sabihin ng ang kabaliktaran ng generic, di ba, is specific. So, specific siya if siya ay particularly designated or physically segregated from all others of the same kind. So, bakit magtataka kayo? Why si buyer yung magbe-bear ng loss? Samantalang hindi pa naman siya ang owner. So, ang isa sa mga reason dito is historically, so dun sa Roman law, may tinatawag sila na risk of the thing sold passes to the buyer even though he has not received the thing. So, ganun. Medyo literal siya. So, yung risk, mapapapunta na daw kay buyer kahit hindi pa niya nakukuha yung object. At saka, medyo parang hinihiwalay niya yung obligation ng seller to deliver at ng buyer to pay. So, since na-extinguish na to, parang ano niya na separate. Kahit na wala to, tuloy pa rin ito. So, ang second ay dahil sa Article 1537 na ang sinasabi nito na fruits pertain to the vendee or key buyer from the perfection of the contract. So, from perfection. As such, he must also shoulder the disadvantages. So, since nagbe-benefit na si buyer from the perfection. Dapat kapag meron disadvantage or loss, si buyer din ang magsasalo nito from the perfection. And yung third is yung object natin ng contract of sale ay specific. Samantalang yung price ng contract of sale natin ay generic. Di ba may nasabi tayong ang generic ay loss without fault of the seller extinguishes the obligation if specific. Pero ang generic, loss of the generic thing does not extinguish the obligation. So, yun yung mga reason kung bakit si buyer ang sumasalo ng loss kahit hindi siya yung owner. And, balik lang natin yung ating first and second paragraph of Article 1480. So, di ba sabi nga is, any injury to or benefit from the thing sold after the contract has been perfected, from the moment of the perfection of the contract to the time of delivery. So, ito is from perfection to delivery. So, ang mga articles na to is mag-a-apply sa kanya. So, una is Article 1163. Ano ba ang sabi nito? Sabi nito, si seller, or yung, si seller, siya ay obligated na mag-take care of the object with the due diligence of a good father of a family. So, sabi lang nito, kailangang alagaan ni seller yung object before delivery and after perfection. So, 1164 naman ang sabi, buyer has the rights to the fruits at perfection. However, wala siyang real right until delivery. So, 1165 naman, sinasabi niya, na kapag ang object ay isang determinating, si buyer, pwede niya i-compel si seller to make delivery. Kapag indeterminate naman, pwede niya i-compel ni buyer si seller na i-comply yung obligation at the expense of the seller. And if si seller ay na-delay or pinramis niya na i-deliver yung object sa two or more persons who do not have the same interest, he, or yung seller, shall bear the loss or shall be responsible for any fortuitous event until delivery. So, loss by fortuitous event, so ito ay after perfection, but before delivery, general rule natin, na magbe-bear ng loss ay si buyer. Ang exception dito, or si seller ang magbe-bear ng loss, ay kapag si seller ay nag-delay, or kapag pinramis niya na i-deliver sa two or more persons yung object. So, ang sabi naman ng Article 1262, ang obligation, delivery of a determinating shall be extinguished if it should be lost or destroyed without fault of the seller and before delay. So, yung delivery of a determinating shall be extinguished kapag na-loss siya without fault of the seller and wala siyang delay. So, magkaroon tayo ng examples naman. So, example, na magpasok si Homer at si Flanders sa isang contract of sale ng January 1. Sabi nila, i-deliver ng June 1. So, paano if, say, March 1, etong bahay ay nasunog. Nasunog ni third party. Ano na mangyayari? Kailangan pa rin ba mag-deliver ni Homer? At kailangan pa rin ba magbayad ni Flanders? So, if maalala nyo, ito ay non-fungible thing. So, dito, si Homer, wala na siyang obligation na mag-deliver. Kasi pag ganito, buyer bears the loss. So, si deliver, hindi na kailangan. Si Flanders, kailangan pa rin magbayad. Example naman, meron tayong fungible goods. So, paano if nasunog ulit to? Who bears the loss? So, dito, si buyer pa rin. Paano naman if kailangan i-weight or count itong fungible goods? So, who bears the loss? So, si seller. Kasi hindi pa na-fulfill yung suspensive condition na kailangan weight, count, tsaka i-measure para ma-determine yung price nito. Pero say if, kunwari, ginawa ni Homer is nasa disposal na ni buyer. So, pwede na niyang i-count, i-measure, etc. Ito. Pero hindi niya lang ginawa. So, sino magbe-bear ng loss doon? So, si buyer na. Kasi siya ay nag-delay. So, siya ang magbe-bear ng loss. So, that's it. Please don't forget to subscribe.